back to the basics of boxing.
Floyd outdoing him. He always been like that. You know what I mean? So I gotta focus on what I'm focusing on. He already did what he had to do, bro.
For sure.
I ain't gonna lie.
Everybody has an off night. Everybody has an off night.
Gervonta Davis is seething after discovering that Floyd Mayweather allegedly visited Lamont Roach's training camp ahead of their rematch, seeing it as a betrayal from his former mentor. Tank Davis has publicly stated that it's better to have issues with Mayweather than to be on good terms with him. He suggested that getting too close to Floyd only brings trouble, claiming that Mayweather has done things to him that no one else knows about. While Davis didn't go into specifics, his comments hint that Mayweather's influence had a negative effect on him, both personally and professionally. In the past, Davis has openly expressed frustration with Mayweather's actions behind the scenes, hinting at a more complex relationship than what appeared publicly. He acknowledged Floyd's achievements in boxing but believed that focusing on his own path was the best option. Tank no longer wants to be affected by Mayweather's presence or decisions. By distancing himself, Davis feels he can maintain a clearer mindset and stay focused on his own career, recognizing that Mayweather's influence wasn't helping him. With his rematch against Lamont Roach on the horizon, Tank is fully focused on his future and has made it clear that he wants to move forward without being overshadowed by Mayweather.
You know, he the one told Frank that I was running at 7 o'clock in the morning, Friday. He told Frank that. He was giving Frank tips and stuff like that. But I knew for sure that wasn't going to be enough to beat me. It's cool. It's all right. You know? I don't really think too much of it. He's not going to hurt me. You know what I mean? So it's good to be with him than be cool with him because he can do some crazy stuff. He'll put you in bad situations.
Tank Davis recently discussed his relationship with Floyd Mayweather, emphasizing that he is now fully focused on his own career. When asked about Mayweather's potential involvement or support, Davis remarked that Floyd has always been the same and has already achieved everything he set out to in boxing. Davis acknowledged that if he were in Mayweather's shoes, having reached the same level of success, he would likely act the same way. He made it clear that he doesn't hold any resentment toward Mayweather and understands his stance, recognizing that Floyd has moved on from actively being involved in the careers of other fighters. While some may interpret Mayweather's distance as a lack of support, Davis doesn't take it personally. He understands that Mayweather has already made his mark on the sport and is now enjoying the fruits of his legacy. Rather than dwelling on his past association with Mayweather, Davis is entirely focused on carving out his own path and building his own legacy. He knows that his success will depend on his own efforts, discipline, and ability to stay at the top of the sport. As his rematch with Lamont Roach approaches, Davis is solely concentrated on securing a dominant victory and reaffirming his position in boxing's elite ranks. Tank has made it clear that he is not seeking outside validation or assistance. His mindset is focused solely on proving himself and ensuring his place in the sport's history. Moving forward, his attention is on his own career and future, not on his past relationship with Mayweather.
Camp and crew or something, or not?
Floyd outdoing him. He always been like that. You know what I mean? So I gotta focus on what I'm focusing on. He already did what he had to do, bro.
For sure.
I ain't gonna lie. Me, if I did what I like what he did in the sport, I ain't gonna lie, I'd be the same way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't follow him for like stand to himself and things like that. But it's also a part of me type thing, like come back and help too. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's much love to the whole Mayweather promotion. You know what I mean? Ain't no bad blood type shit. And a lot of people think like when I be tweeting on Instagram, I be mad. I just be talking.
Floyd Mayweather has reportedly been offering tips to Lamont Roach after visiting his training camp, which has raised some eyebrows in the boxing world. Mayweather, known for his expertise and mastery of the sport, has long emphasized the importance of technique, particularly the jab, and has made it his mission not just to teach boxing, but to help shape future stars who can lead the sport. However, his involvement with Roach has created tension, especially with Tank Davis. Tank, who was mentored by Mayweather early in his career, now feels betrayed by his former promoter. For years, Floyd guided Tank, helping him achieve major victories and build his brand. But now, seeing Mayweather offer advice to his upcoming opponent has left Tank questioning Floyd's loyalty. It's not just about the advice, it's about trust. Tank views Mayweather's involvement with Roach as a sign of disloyalty. This situation mirrors what happened with Frank Martin, another fighter Mayweather once worked with. Floyd offered insights to help Martin improve, only to later distance himself. This pattern suggests that Mayweather tends to prioritize his own interests, rather than staying committed to a single fighter. As Tank prepares for his rematch with Roach, he must put any feelings of betrayal aside and focus on proving himself, with or without Mayweather in his corner. Tank knows that the only way to secure his legacy is to dominate in the ring.
A lot of fighters think it's just this. A lot of fighters think it's just this. So I don't want to make it a habit of showing fighters. No, it's not even a habit. I want fighters doing the wrong thing. We're going to get back to the basics of boxing. Long jab, see long jab?
Boxing legend Roy Jones Jr. has lauded Lamont Roach for his impressive skills and power, calling him a true contender in the sport. Jones highlighted Roach's ability to adapt in the ring, emphasizing that his strong fundamentals and high ring IQ make him a dangerous opponent for anyone. While some may have doubted Roach before his fight with Gervonta Davis, his performance proved that he belongs at the highest level of boxing. Jones noted that Roach's ability to handle adversity sets him apart from others. He has faced tough challenges but continues to improve with every fight. Roach's footwork, defense, and counter-punching make him a well-rounded fighter capable of adjusting his strategy based on his opponent. He's not just a fighter with heart, he has the technical skills to back it up. Another key point Jones highlighted is Roach's punching power. While he may not have the same knockout reputation as Davis, Roach has shown that he can hurt his opponents with precise and well-timed shots. His ability to land clean, effective punches makes him a serious threat, especially in longer fights where his accuracy and stamina are critical. Jones also commended Roach's discipline and dedication outside the ring, praising his work ethic and commitment to training. Unlike some fighters who rely solely on natural talent, Roach's success stems from a combination of skill, preparation, and mental toughness. With his growing confidence and refined technique, Jones believes Roach will continue to be a major force in boxing. Whether in a rematch with Davis or against another top contender, Roach has proven that he's ready for any challenge that comes his way.
Presumably, Tank is supposed to, win this fight. This is a fight that there's not a lot of doubt about him coming out victorious in. So the talk shifts, and we got to know, Roy, from your perspective, Tank Shakur, when you think about that fight being a potential fight this year, how do you see it going?
I ain't gonna really think about that yet because I'm waiting after he finishes his fight with Roach. Roach is not just your average everyday opponent. Roach is the person who knows Tank, who's been around Tank his whole life. This is a different fight. You can't put Roach to the side like that. I'm sorry. Now, I'm not saying that he's gonna win the fight. I don't know that, but Roach cannot be this underrated like that. You understand? You gotta understand that Roach came from basically the same ecosystem as Tank came from. Roach is a very formidable opponent. So I'm not gonna talk about none of that till we get by Roach, because what I'm telling you about the other stuff don't really mean nothing right now.
Okay, let me ask you this, because this did happen.
I'm feeling good always. How you doing?
I'm always good. You're a special fighter. Tank's
Yep.
a special fighter. What
Yep.
do you like about him? What makes him different?
I like that when Tank come to fight, Tank come to knock you out. Tank don't come to just beat you by decision. He come to take you out. He come to try to get the job done best way he can. And he loves to come there and entertain the fans. He's not there to play around. He's trying to smoke you. And that's what life's supposed to be about.
Okay, if you played in the NBA, what would be the team you would choose to play with?
Right now, I'll play Milwaukee.
Why?
I like Dame and I like Giannis.
Roy, did you see what happened between Tio and Bud?
No. Yeah, I did see. Yeah.
What are your thoughts on it? Because the whole thing that came out of that, right, was that Tio said, hey, he apologized and he was leveraging racism as promotion.
Right. He don't want no part of Bud. What that's me.
Yep.
Gotta go.
Speaking of Bud, what are your thoughts on?
Lamont Roach has made it clear that while his main goal in any fight is to secure a victory, his ultimate ambition is to knock out his opponent. For Roach, stepping into the ring is about more than just winning, it's about making a statement. He has put in countless hours of training, dedicating both days and nights to perfecting his craft. A knockout over Gervonta Davis would be a career-defining moment for Roach, serving as a testament to his unwavering work ethic. Roach sees this fight as his chance to prove himself at the highest level and firmly establish his place among boxing's elite.
I meant earlier.
My initial plan is to win, but every time I fight, I'm trying to knock somebody out. So, so you know, if that happens in the midst of it, you know, that'd be a blessing. That'd be definitely something that I work for, because I work my ass off. But if he on his way out, well, why not kick his ass out?
Lamont Roach thrives on proving his critics wrong. Whenever someone doubts his abilities, it only fuels his determination to push harder. Throughout his career, he's faced skepticism about whether he truly belongs among boxing's elite. After his first fight with Gervonta Davis, some felt he hadn't done enough to secure a clear victory, despite putting on a strong performance. Yet, doubts about him still lingered. Now, as he heads into the rematch, Roach sees it as the perfect opportunity to silence those critics. He's determined to show that he's not just a good fighter, but a great one. He wants to prove that his skills, power, and heart can overcome any challenge. The criticism only drives him to train harder, refine his technique, and step into the ring with unwavering confidence. Roach believes this rematch will be his moment to make a statement and solidify his place among the best in the sport.
It does in a sense, but yeah, it do for sure. I ain't gonna lie, I like to prove people wrong, and I damn sure like to prove myself right. So yeah, it definitely gives me an incentive. And like I said before, I've been before. The Hector fight, they had me duck. Right now, they really got me. They really got me. So, you know, it's an agenda. I got it on the agenda to upset a lot of people.
Tank Davis has never appeared as vulnerable in the ring, and much of that can be attributed to Lamont Roach. Roach's skill, toughness, and strategic approach forced Tank into a much more competitive fight than many had expected. His ability to withstand Davis's power and counter effectively made the bout far closer than anticipated. Roach's composure and confidence unsettled Tank in a way no opponent has before, proving that Roach is an elite fighter who belongs at the top. His performance was nothing short of remarkable, and now, in the rematch, Roach aims to further solidify his dominance. Some critics argue that Lamont Roach can't be considered a great fighter based on just one strong performance. While they acknowledge his impressive fight against Gervonta Davis, they believe that a single standout night isn't enough to define true greatness. These critics contend that Roach needs to consistently prove himself at the highest level by delivering similar performances in future bouts. On the other hand, many still view Gervonta Davis as a proven star who simply had an off night. His track record, knockout power, and past victories all solidify his place among boxing's elite. Supporters of Davis argue that he wasn't fully focused during his fight with Roach, which led to a closer contest than expected. They believe a focused and prepared Davis will dominate in the rematch. For Roach, the rematch is his chance to prove that his first performance wasn't a fluke. If he delivers once again, he can firmly establish himself among the top fighters in the sport.
I don't think Roach is a great fighter. And it sounds harsh, but what is he great at? He had a great night, doesn't make him a great fighter. Buster Douglas had a great night, never was a great fighter. I love you, George. I love George Gambosis. Really great night from you when you beat Teofimo Lopez. You were never a great fighter. And never has he shown us he was a great fighter. He was on nobody's radar. 25 plus fights. And then he has one great night, one great fight. And a lot of guys want to say, oh, he's a great fighter. What about Roach versus Loma? Roach versus Shakur? Roach versus Keyshawn? Haney? Tia? No. 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 I'm not allowing you guys to do that. You had a great night. You got to show me that again and again. If you can show me that 2 more times, that this wasn't just a great night, I'm a great fighter now, then I'll give it to you. But one great night. You cannot be an alcoholic for 25 years, go 1 day without drinking, and expect me to call you sober. You can't.
Rolly Romero has come to Tank Davis's defense, stating that one bad night doesn't define a fighter's career. According to Romero, Tank remains the face of boxing and one of the most dangerous fighters in the sport. He believes that even the greatest boxers have off nights, and Davis's performance against Lamont Roach was simply that, an off night, not a sign of decline. Romero emphasizes that Davis's skill, power, and dominance over the years still place him among the pound-for-pound best. One close fight shouldn't overshadow everything Tank has achieved. While fans and analysts may criticize his performance, Romero points out that every great fighter, from legends like Floyd Mayweather to current champions, has faced tough nights in the ring. Now, Tank has the opportunity to prove his doubters wrong in the rematch. If he comes back stronger, he can remind the world why he remains one of boxing's top stars.
That people want to discredit Tank, he's still a pound for pound fighter.
Yeah. What do you think about that fight that happened? You thought it was just an off night, or?
Everybody has an off night. Everybody has an off night. Shit, I had a off night with Cruz. Everyone has a night. It's boxing.
You want to run that back with Cruz or what?
Maybe down the line.
Not only has Floyd Mayweather distanced himself from Gervonta Davis, but longtime coach Calvin Ford has also recently stepped back from being in his corner. This absence may have played a role in Tank's performance being impacted. Ford has been a crucial figure in Davis's development, constantly pushing him to improve and refine his skills. However, Ford has stated that his role with Davis had naturally come to an end, feeling that Tank had learned all he could from him. While Ford still supports Davis, he understands that every fighter must eventually move on. Now, Davis must prove he can succeed without the 2 biggest influences in his career.
It's the best for him. I'm hoping that he do what I need him to do. You know what I'm saying? You see how I asked him, are you ready? You know what I'm saying? Because I need somebody that's going to really push that. So I can see different levels of it. This time I had a chance to step back. And everybody keeps saying, oh, they changing us stuff. No, we ain't changing up anything. It's the same thing we always do. You know?
Going into the the training camp, how was it? Or you said you stepped back a little bit. Well, how was it? Splitting the time. How's it going to be splitting the time to
no, this
Saturday night?
We do all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Right now, y'all know all I gotta do is speak. Been taking out history since I was a kid. When I stepped in the gym, B said, "Yo, I'm glad you here now." He watched him. He said, "Boom." And I see the light in Tank. I just can't wait to see all of that come together. Fight night.
How's going back to being in the corner? How do you see Gervonta right now? Just being in camp, because at first when we talked to him in the press conference, he was very open about retiring and he was done. And now he said that
y'all have to understand. He's a young man. He have a family. He want to do something. Enjoy something. Don't take some time. I took a little bit of time off. You know what I'm saying? It refreshes you. Get you back on that so tonight, he had a chance for me not being around him a lot. You know what I'm saying? And I stepped in and I seen how he missed me and how I missed him. You know what I'm saying?
Floyd Mayweather and Calvin Ford have always been in Gervonta Davis's corner, providing mentorship, strategy, and confidence throughout his career. Each time Tank stepped into the ring, they were there to ensure he stayed disciplined and focused. Their presence played a crucial role in his rise to dominance and stardom. However, the dynamic has shifted dramatically. Tank is now navigating his career without either of them, facing the challenges of doing it on his own. Some believe that this absence has already affected his performance, as seen in his fight against Lamont Roach. Without their expertise and experience to guide him, Davis is confronted with new hurdles. Many argue that Mayweather and Ford's influence was vital to Tank reaching his current level of success, and their absence raises doubts about his ability to maintain that elite status independently. Now, Davis must prove he can continue to succeed, showing the world that he is more than just a product of their mentorship.
Stop head hunting. That's how you get the head.
I need this 10, 11, and 12 on the unofficial. He's down.
Okay. He say unofficial.
On the unofficial. I gotta be honest with you. That's what you want. You want from me. Hey, that's what you want from me. You don't want nobody lying to you. I'm 100 with you.
He said on the unofficial, not the real card, here. Keep picking your shot. You took that round off, here.
That's my job. I'm 100 with you.
Well, that was faster.
Calvin Ford and Floyd Mayweather played pivotal roles in shaping Gervonta Davis's career, guiding him through challenges and important decisions. They offered mentorship, strategy, and invaluable experience, helping him stay on the right track. Now, with both figures no longer in his corner, Davis is left to navigate the boxing world on his own. This shift has sparked questions about how he will adapt without their guidance. Some believe he has outgrown their influence, while others worry that their absence could impact his future success. Only time will tell if stepping away from them was the right move or if it will affect his career trajectory.
Should a Tank Davis-Devin Haney fight be next?
Yeah, it should be. We already called it out. We actually flipped the coin between Devin Haney and Shakur. We don't really care. Everybody was getting on Tank about he never asked for the big fights. If you look at Tank sit there and said the time is now. You know what I'm saying? Them guys is the only guys that are they really willing to take their fight? Are they gonna outprice themselves? Or they're gonna take the fight? I'm old school. If I really think I'm gonna beat somebody, take the money and run with it. Let's fight. If you notice when we fought for Floyd now, we took every fight they threw at us. You know what I'm saying? We did what they asked. That's what the company, that's what you do. I train my guys and I tell my guys, you train, you fight, you get paid. We take care of the rest of everything else. You know what I'm saying? Look where it put us at, you know? We at the top of our game right now. So right now, we just trying to see what's next, to see who's gonna sign the contract to make them moves.
That's a wrap for today's video. Stay tuned.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. For more exciting videos, make sure to hit the bell icon and stay updated. Subscribe to Boxing Hub now for all the latest in boxing.